On March 22, 2018, the ILACP and NAACP mutually adopted 10 shared principles. They said,
We vow by mutual affirmation to work together and stand together in our communities and at the state level to implement these values and principles, and to replace mistrust with mutual trust wherever, whenever, and however we can.
the document, the first of its kind in our nation's history between a statewide civil rights organization and a statewide law enforcement association, aims to identify common ground between local law enforcement and communities of color. The Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police has invited local agencies throughout Illinois to adopt these principles as their own. Many have done just this. Our current president, Chief Jim Black of Crystal Lake, and our president to follow, Chief Mitchell R. Davis III of Hazelcrest, consider the expansion of these 10 shared principles a high priority.
It is the first ever document of this nature designed and implemented in the United States. But this is just the beginning. If we don't take actionable steps forward in continuing to build trust with citizens of all colors, this document means nothing.
The principles are as follows. 1. We value the life of every person, the preservation of life being the highest value.
This is intentionally the number one principle. There are reasons, but not many, that an interaction with police should result in a person's death. Why? Because every life matters, and life matters more than anything.
2. All persons should be treated with dignity and respect.
In conversations all over Illinois, we find that this principle resonates more than any other. Do you treat everyone in every interaction with dignity and respect?
3. We reject discrimination based on race, ethnicity, religion, color, nationality, immigrant status, sexual orientation, gender, disability, or familial status.
Everyone is equal under the law, period.
4. We endorse the 6 pillars of the President's Task Force on 21st Century Policing, including the first pillar of building trust and legitimacy.
Relationship building between law enforcement and the communities they serve must always begin with a foundation of trust.
5. We endorse the 4 pillars of procedural justice, which are fairness, voice, transparency, and impartiality.
Procedural justice is still a new phrase for some. It's rooted in common sense. People want to be treated fairly, and they want an opportunity to say what they think.
6. We endorse the values inherent in community policing, which includes positive engagement between community and police.
Community policing is not a task for 1 or 2 officers. It is a philosophy that should be evident through a police department's daily work. It includes many interactions with local residents outside of enforcement activity. Community policing builds trust, one conversation at a time.
7. We believe that the key to building trust is developing relationships at the leadership and street levels.
Who do you know personally? Who do you talk to? Who are your sounding boards? When you get to know someone personally, you will be more effective in addressing whatever concerns they have.
8. We accept mutual responsibility to encourage all citizens to gain a better understanding of the law to assist in interactions with police.
Please remember that many people do not know exactly what is expected of them and what rights they have when stopped by the police. Citizen education is the answer here. Citizens should want it, and law enforcement should provide it.
9. We acknowledge a mutual responsibility to increase diversity in police departments and in the law enforcement profession.
Every police department wants to reflect the community it serves. There can be success in building a diverse department when community leaders assist in the recruitment process and encourage their young people to become police officers.
10. We commit to de-escalation training to ensure the safety of community members and police officers.
De-escalation is a two-way street. Police can be taught how to reduce tension, and citizens can be taught to be less aggressive so that a situation does not blow up.
Therefore, in summary, we commit ourselves to replacing mistrust with mutual trust wherever, whenever, and however we can. Taking the principles a step further, leaders from both organizations made the decision to stand side by side while hosting World Cafe presentations around the state. In the summer of 2019, the Illinois NAACP State Conference and Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police jointly hosted a World Cafe Summit in downtown Peoria. Nearly 200 people attended, including Illinois Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. The goal of the summit was to reunite past participants for an advanced discussion about the principles. Among the crowd were not only community leaders and law enforcement officials, but student leaders as well.
Sitting at a table with a lot of other police officers and law enforcement and another president of the NAACP, it's so cool to see like their perspective and then show my perspective so we can get an understanding of what's the problem and where we're trying to get to in our aspirations and goals.
This is significant because it is today's younger generation that could bring to fulfillment the dreams of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The principles are now being actively promoted to younger populations in high schools, colleges, and universities. Enthusiasm is building, one conversation at a time. The Illinois Chiefs and NAACP Illinois hope the 10 shared principles gain traction through practice, conversation, and participation. What this is really about is building trust and building relationships.